Nick Diamond here with Nick Knits. I believe this is episode 12. Sorry it's been a minute. It's been wild times around here. Also, I'm not so sure about the lighting, but we're just gonna run with it, okay? Because it's been like 1,000 years since I've talked to you. I have a bunch of finished objects and plans and things to do. So we're just gonna go. We're just gonna do this, and we're gonna pretend everything's great. What do you guys think of my bangs? I did it on a whim on Sunday. I cut my own hair all the time, and I just decided to give it a shot again. It's been a minute since I've had bangs, so here they are on their debut on the podcast. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in because, like I said, I have so many finished objects. I have been a finishing queen, and I'm not gonna lie, 2 of them are dirty. I'm gonna show you, and that's that. I guess I should start with what I'm wearing. The only knit item I'm wearing are my socks. Can you see the little leaves? I know this is like an awful angle, but I do love these socks. There, you can really see the leaves. I knit these a while ago. Maybe I'll try to grab a picture and throw it in here somewhere so you can see a better picture of them. But yeah, I love when as soon as it starts to get cool out, I start wearing, apologies if you can hear my dog barking. As soon as it starts to get even the slightest bit cool, I start wearing my knit socks every single day, and I love it. So I actually have a bunch of them I'm washing right now because I realized that they hadn't been washed. Anyway, I also forgot to bring my sock blockers down. So the first 2 finished objects I'm going to show you are not only dirty because I've worn them and they should be washing right now, but I wanted to show them to you guys. But I also don't have on sock blockers, so it's fine. We're just going to run with it. You've seen these a bunch of times, but they are officially finished. These are the thermal socks. I'm obsessed. They turned out so cute. I wore them. They're super comfy. There are 2 of them. Yeah, no notes. I am obsessed with this pattern. I will be using it more. As soon as I got to like the foot part, I was like, I need to make a sweater with this pattern. So I think what I want to do is just find like a simple raglan sweater and work this pattern into it. It would probably need to be like a fingering sport, you know, something lighter, just like these socks, because I want it to be a really similar feel to these, but that's in the future because I have so many things in my queue. Anyway, love the pattern. And thermal, it's a generic. So it's literally just 2 rounds of knit 2, purl 2, 2 rounds of knit. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I had to look at them. Yes, that's right. So it's a really simple pattern. Like, it's just a standard sock. It's a standard like vanilla sock, but I just worked that pattern in. And then on the foot, I did stockinette on the bottom and the thermal on the top. So yes, we will discuss if I turn that into a sweater. And then my other pair, which again, you've seen a million times. These are my hibernal cuff is what I called them because I used Summer Lee. I used her hibernal pattern. It's not actually the full hibernal, I don't think. But anyway, this part is from her hibernal. And she does do like a little broken up rib with it. So it's similar on the cuff. And then it's just a vanilla sock the rest of the way down. I do a heel flap and gusset. There's like dog hairs stuck to these because I have dogs and I walked around my house when I was wearing these. So there's dog hairs stuck to them. Anyway, I do a heel flap and gusset. I use US 1s on all my socks. I use 60 stitches. And yeah, I think on this one I had to either increase or decrease, like in order to get the right amount in the cuff, because it had to be a multiple, whatever. It had to be a multiple of whatever. I'm so helpful, right? Okay, so those are 2 finished objects that you've seen a bunch of times. The next one, this one you've seen a bunch of times. I just finished it yesterday. I'm not going to go into great detail because it is a Christmas gift, but I'm also not going to say who it's for, and I still, excuse me, need to weave in the ends. So this is the, let me think of what it was called. This is, I'm going to put it on the screen because I can't think of it, and I did not bring my laptop down, and I'm on my phone recording, so I cannot look it up. Oh, that's really going to bother me. Anyway, you've already seen it because it's on the screen. It turned out so beautiful. So I ended up using, I think, just one and a little skein, and they're 50 gram skeins. So this is about a 100 gram project, not even. Or did I have 3? I don't know. Again, I'm going to flash it on the screen. This is what you came here for, right? This Hot Mess Express. It's fine. Anyway, let's just take a look at how beautiful these cables are. So it goes back and forth between this like zigzag cable and this like actual twisted cable. That right there is truer to the color. It is a gorgeous like blue. This is more like a small scarf, neckerchief. I have a couple other little goodies I'm going to throw in the gift because I think the person I'm giving it to will really appreciate it. But one of them is a shawl pin. And so my thought was that you could like wrap this around and then like hook one of the corners with the shawl pin and it would stay put. Or you could even like bring it this way and like tie it, you know, like a little, isn't that cute? You could wear it on your head if you wanted. I don't know, there's all kinds of things you could do. The person I'm gifting it to lives in a cold climate, so I think that she will mostly use it like tight around her neck as warmth, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so proud of it, and I'm so excited to gift it. So that's all I'm going to say about that one. This one is also a gift. I don't think this person watches. I kind of hope not, but oh well, they won't know until Christmas that it was for them. So these are called, I'm flying through this, huh? Okay, deep breath. These, what are these called? I'm not very prepared for this, am I? Like, I got all my stuff around. I had all my show notes ready. Palooka, that's what they're called. The Palooka mitts. Look how pretty. These are like little bauble clusters. So it's meant to be like, there's kind of a like leafy vine. Do you see that? These have not been blocked yet. So I'm hoping this all kind of, you know, just relaxes a little bit. This is all twisted rib all through here. The back is just, or the like front part, you know what I mean? It's a mitten. I mean, come on. So this part of your hand is just all like stockinette, and then this side has that twisted rib, and then these gorgeous baubles. I'm so excited about them. I did do a nice long cuff because I love when the cuff like goes up inside of your coat and really keeps you cozy. I'm so excited about these. But these are like little berry clusters. I'm not entirely sure what Palooka means. Maybe I'll look that up, or maybe it's probably in the pattern. But there are 2 of them. They're beautiful. So there's right and a left, obviously, because the front and back are very different. And the color is not quite, it's getting blown out in this lighting. It's a little more like, I thought I just heard my dog at the door. I'm in the basement in like a guest area of our house. And I thought I just heard the dog at the door, which should not be the case. Hopefully my husband's taking care of that. Anyway, it's more of like I think it was called like cranberry or mulberry or something like that. And so it's a little deeper burgundy than how it's coming off. It's coming off a brighter purple on the camera. It's a little bit deeper. So hopefully a picture. I don't know if I have a finished picture, but I'll throw some kind of a picture up here that hopefully shows a little bit truer the color. But they are gorgeous. They are so soft. This was made with, I know it has cashmere in it. It's the same yarn that this was made out of, in obviously a different color. it's merino wool, cashmere, and I think nylon. And I think it's just like 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 80% merino wool. It is so soft, so luxurious. It feels amazing. And it is going to be wonderful on the recipient's hands this winter. So those were a Christmas gift. The next two are also Christmas gifts, and I do think these two watch, so hopefully they don't figure out it's for them, or hopefully they're like, oh my god, I hope that's for me, and then it ends up being for them. Neither of these, so I'm calling these finished objects, but each of them has one more thing left to do. So maybe next time I will just pop in a quick picture of the actual finished object, but I just wanted to show this to you because I am so excited about them. So this one is... Look how pretty. This has been blocked. So the reason it's not completely finished is because I wanted to block it before I seamed it. Okay, because there's just one small seam. Don't let that scare you away from doing this project because I promise you, this is a favorite. This is like the third one I've made, and I have plans to make more. I have plans to make at least 3 more. Yeah, it's the Barrett cowl. And so you knit it in just one big piece. It's got an I-cord here, an I-cord along this side, and an I-cord along that side. And then the two seams, the two sides that are left, which is here and here. So this is cast on. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. This is increase. This is your decrease. You are creating like a garter ridge. And that makes these two very easy to seam together. So this is all you have to seam is this one little bit. And that turns it into this beautiful like bandana style cowl. I have it inside out. This beautiful bandana style cowl. So when this is seamed, this is the back. Okay, are you seeing the vision? And then the front has this gorgeous, so this part hangs down right here. And then on the ones that I already have done, a lot of times I will actually fold it down. So there's your front. I will fold this part down to be like a double layer. And it's just cozy, comfy. This thing is so soft. Oh, I'm obsessed. Fantastic. Fantastic pattern. It is half fisherman's rib. So on one side, all you're doing is knitting. The other side, knit purl. When you knit, you're knitting into the bottom loop. Again, don't be scared off by it. It is such an easy pattern. And it goes by measurement. So gauge isn't even that important because you literally just go until this seam is a certain amount. And then you move on to the next step. And then you just decrease and it tells you where to decrease to. So it's literally like one of the most simple patterns, but the impact the finished object has, next level, y'all. Nobody would believe how simple it was unless they're a knitter. But most people I give to are not knitters. In fact, all the people I give to are not knitters. So I think that the recipient is going to absolutely love it. Again, that's the Barrett cowl. Highly, highly recommend that pattern. Okay. I have one more finished object. So it wasn't that bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I've just been a crazy person getting all this done. This one, again, I think this person does watch. So this person is getting this gifted to them, and I hope that they absolutely love it. I might have to try this one on. So this is called the Bottleneck. And it's like a cowl and a dicky mashed together, okay? And there's one part that's not done. I'll explain. But, so this is the bottleneck part. See how it resembles like the neck of a bottle here? And so it has shoulder shaping. This was, again, this worked up in like, I think 3 days. Granted, I was knitting a lot in those 3 days on it, but you guys... This is another really easy pattern. It's worked contiguously, so you don't have to like pick up stitches. I mean, you do have to pick up stitches. I take that back. Yes, you have to pick up a little bit, okay? Not a lot though. but you're like shaping it and doing some short rows and doing all these things, the pattern is written beautifully, absolutely beautifully. I will be making more of these. I already have plans for another one that's going to be striped. The only part of it that's not done, do you see these two holes right here? So this is like a hoodie. So you start out by just knitting stockinette, and then you fold it over and double, and it tells you how to make these two holes, and then you fold that over. So now there's a channel inside this whole top part. And so what I have left to do is to make an I-cord that is going to snake through here. And I'm also going to link below the tool that I use for putting things like that in, because I do a lot of sewing. You guys know I have an Etsy shop where I sell project bags and such. There's a tool that makes it so easy. So again, don't be scared off by this. This project is so easy and so impactful. Also, the yarn I used, again, I think this one also has cashmere. I'm going to put up here what it's made of. All I can tell you is touching it right now, it is so luxurious, like obsessed. So I am going to try it on just because I want to show you guys how cute it is on, because it is that Dicky style. So see how it has a flap. Let's get my hair out of it. And then this part kind of slouches. This is because I have blocked it. Look how pretty that is. And then imagine your coat over it. Y'all, you got your little coat on and then your little drawstring hanging here. So you can cinch this way up with your drawstring and have it be super cozy. Or you can let it just sit loose, right? And be kind of drapey. And then this just sits so beautifully on your shoulders. And then you put your coat over the top of it and it looks like you're wearing a full turtleneck sweater. Ah! I'm obsessed. I am definitely making one for myself. And then the back looks the same. You can't see that at all. It's just got that dicky part, right? So pretty. It's so like just keeping this part of you warm. You guys, highly recommend. I know everyone's like, oh my gosh, the dickies, are we really doing that? When were they big? Like in the 80s? Were dickies big in the 80s? Was it 90s? Not entirely sure, but in the knitting community, they are definitely back, and I did not think I was going to be here for it, but y'all, I am. And every time I see Andrea Mowry with her adorable little traveler, she doesn't call it a traveler dickie, but hers is the hood, the traveler hood. It is a dickie. It's so stinking cute. Of course, everything Andrea does and then wears is going to be cute. She could put on, potato sack and she would look gorgeous, but not the point. So I think I'm leaning towards, for that I-cord, I think I'm going to do this tan. It's the leftover from these socks, actually. Just because I wanted to keep it really neutral, but I did want there to be a contrasting I-cord. So I think I'm leaning towards doing it out of this. But that's all I have left, so I can whip that up lickety split. Y'all, 18 minutes in and I've done all my finished objects and I'm really proud of that. Sorry if it was too fast for y'all. You can go back and listen again if you need to. So all I have left are 3 works in progress. And then I'm going to talk to you about a couple of plans. So let's start, because it's essentially over, even though I'm not done. Let's start with the West Knits Musicale, Mystery Musicale. You guys have seen this. I am not done. I'm not even done with the row that I'm on. That's nice. Oh boy. I did not stop this in a good place to show you, but I'm going to show you the best I can. Oh my goodness. I literally must have just stopped and like put it down and then just never even looked at it again. Okay, so the Mystery Musicale, it's been over for over a week, so I'm sure you know what, I bet everyone's not done. I take that back. Who am I fooling? People aren't done with this. I'm sure there's plenty of people that aren't. Anyway, clue 1 was these gorgeous, what did he call those? Not ripples. crests? No. Were they called ripples? I don't know. Anyway, it was these adorable things. There's like 6 of them. Look how pretty. I love brioche. Which is good because that's what I've left is a whole bunch of brioche. Number 2 were the ripples. So they've got like a big fat end and then they ripple down into this skinny end. So it's like sound waves. Gorgeous. I love that I used that bright yellow and that I listened to Steven's amazing advice. Shocking that he knew how you should use the colors, right? That he said, like, if you had that one bright pop, here's where I would use it. I'm glad I listened because I love the way that that bright color plays with all these other colors. And then the first part of clue 3 were these diamonds that build on each other. And I love that. So you've got this like ripply, this flowy, and then you've got this like, boom, you know? I really like it. I think it turned out really good. So I finished that. And then the second part of clue 3 were these, look how cute they are. These slip stitches. So I'm still working on that. And then clue 4 is a big old brioche border. And someday I will get to that. But today is not that day. To be honest, I had all these gift knits that I wanted to do. And I was starting to get really nervous because I was like, y'all, it's almost November. What am I going to do? Oh my gosh. Because, you know, the Mystery Knit Along starts at the beginning of October and pretty much is like your October knitting if you're full on doing it, right? So that's why I kind of got stalled out on it because I knew I needed to shift gears, jump into Christmas gift mode, or it wouldn't get done. So that's what I did. And I have no shame about that. I have no apologies. I feel confident that that was the right decision. And I'm so grateful that I got those gifts done. And I only have a couple more gifts that I still want to knit. And they are totally doable to get them done this month because I have plans for December. So yeah. And then technically this was a finished object today. But I'm going to insert a picture to show you the chaos it became. And then tell you that it's, you know, back to whip status. But it's okay because I feel good about it. Because I feel like now, I'll explain. Okay, so this is the, is it Skyline? I'm going to put it, oh, this is getting so blown out, you guys. Let me tell you, the color is off, okay, in this lighting. So prepare yourself. Prepare. Because you're about to be shocked. You're like, that's not the color it was when she was knitting it before. I assure you it is. The lighting is awful. It looks bright orange. It is like red. I wonder if we can... Here, I have this little like light. Yeah, that doesn't help even a little. Oh, that's kind of better in the warmer light. How do you do this? I don't know. The lighting is off. Okay, let's just, it's fine. It's not important. It's the Skyline tee that it's by Tori Yu, who is amazing. I would love to meet her someday because her designs are awesome. I got this completely done. So I had the body done. Can anybody guess what I decided? I had the body completely done. And then I decided, well, I knew from the start that I was going to make it long sleeves. So normally the sleeves end about here. It's just a t-shirt. Maybe like in here. I think you do a little bit. It's a drop shoulder, right? It's a saddle shoulder, which gives you a drop sleeve. I'm so sorry if my terminology is off. But, and then you are supposed to have a little bit of a sleeve so that it's like mid bicep, right? Well, I wanted it to be long sleeved and I'm so glad that I did. I did carry the ribbing that you start out with because you start with this little section on the shoulder. It's like how you start the whole thing, right? I carried that all the way down the sleeve. Very happy with it. So according to the pattern, and I will say that usually with a t-shirt, you're probably going to knit it a little more cropped than you are a long sleeve. I should have thought about that. Hindsight's 20/20. But I knit it to the specifications and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. Clue 1 should have been when I was working on it at work, because I do that sometimes in between tasks. I'll just pick up my knitting and work on it. Everybody knows. Everyone's cool with it. Okay, because I get all my work done and then some. But somebody was like, are you making that for a child? So I should have known that I should have just kept the body on needles, put it on hold, done my sleeves, tried it on, right? Well, I didn't do that. So today I was all excited because I finished my second sleeve, bound off, did a tubular bind off. I was like, oh yeah. By the way, I did a tubular bind off on the bottom too. You know, down here where I'm live stitches again. So I go try it on. Y'all, it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to show you. It's like here on me. Like, here's my boobs. It's like here. And I was like, what the crap? So I put it on and I was like, I am never going to wear this. And so I was like sitting there thinking, and I was like, okay, let's just think. Are there any dresses I would wear this over? And I was like, yeah, maybe I should go home and try it on over a dress. And then I just kept thinking, like, when I originally pictured doing this, and especially when I decided to make it long sleeve, what I pictured is my high-waisted, wide leg jeans. And then this that's like not fitted, but not like way oversized. You know, it's just enough ease. It's probably got like, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches of positive ease-ish. I don't know. So I pictured front tucking it, letting the rest just be out. And then if I wanted to wear it over a dress or something, I can wear something like a tank top and tuck it up into it, right? Because it's thin. And that's not what I have. That's not what this is. So I was like, you know what? It's worth it to go ahead, do this, do it now, actually make it the way I pictured it. So I'm going to add about, I don't know, 3 inches. So here's where it ended. And the ribbing, 2 inches of ribbing had started. So I've added, I don't know, I would call that at least an inch, probably about an inch today. So I picked up all these stitches. That's why there's just a gap there because that's where I joined my yarn in. It'll block out. No, when I weave in my ends, it'll fix that. So there won't be a little hole. But yeah, so I took the time to pick up all my stitches and go back to knitting. I have plenty of this. I still have this much left of this skein. I barely tapped into it for that second sleeve. And I have a whole nother skein. So there's no excuse to not make it exactly how I want it to be, right? So let's do it now. And that way when it's done, it's actually done. And then it's ready to just be worn the way I pictured it. So that's what I decided to do. So it's a whip. We're going to feel fine about that. Well, I'm declaring it right now. We're going to feel fine about that. And I actually do. It's fine. And it's only a couple more inches and then a couple inches of ribbing. Now, was it a pain in the butt to try to cut all that ribbing off? Yes. It was awful. It was not fun. But you know what? I have the ability to do it. And I did it. And so here we are. And I'm okay with it. Do you believe me? Doesn't matter. That's what I'm declaring. Also, this is being held in one of my Nick Knits bags. I sell these. There might even be one in this print left still. Yeah, there's a bunch on my shop, so feel free to check out the link. Anyway, all of my projects are held in Nick Knits bags. So this one's got a green interior. This is my West Knits shawl. See the green interior? This one's packed full. These are my these are my 3 to 4 skein. Oh, I meant to bring another bag down here and I forgot. It's okay. These are my 3 to 4 skein size. And then I also sell 1 to 2 skein size bags, which are perfect for like sock knitting. I don't have any of those down here. Because my actual sock knitting case is this makeup case. It looks a lot like the Restore, but it's like 1/10 of the price. Because I'm a cheapskate sometimes. Anyway, so those are my 2 major. Actually, no. This, I want to finish. It's not going to take much. And this is going to just hibernate for a minute, okay? Don't even get too excited. Because what I want my focus to be, I have so many sweaters And I want to get through some of these socks because I've been doing such a good job of staying up to date on my subscriptions and knitting those into socks. And I feel like I'm falling off. And so I don't want that to happen. So I'm okay with the hibernate. That's another one. Stephen West, when he moves on from his West Knits mystery knit along, he goes into the, I think it's called like a hibernate or something like that. I don't know. I might be confusing my words, but I think that's where that was. I'm okay with hibernating this knit for a little bit so I can get some other stuff done. Anyway, so let me show you where I'm at on these socks, and then we'll talk about a couple of future things. Okay. So this was my hypnotic yarn, which is Yarnable. And this is the October. If you've got it, haunt it. So cute. Here is the gorgeous yarn. That actually isn't blowing out nearly as bad. These colors are working well. I don't know what was with that Pearl Soho because it was blown out bad. Anyway, and these I'm just doing a standard vanilla sock. I thought that the yarn is busy enough on these that it didn't need anything else, right? I sometimes, when it's a really variegated yarn, I'm okay with just doing vanilla socks. And honestly, I love vanilla socks because look at how pretty those are. They're so like autumnal and Halloween-y. Weenie. Sorry, I'm a 13-year-old boy sometimes. Anyway, they're super cute. So I did, I think 20 rounds of, oh, you know what? I did a 2x1 rib on this for some reason. I just felt like it. I remember there, look how cute that is, a little 2x1 rib. And then I'm going to do probably 50. I like them to stick out of the top of my boots. I wear my Doc Marten boots pretty much all fall and winter. And one of my favorite things is to wear them with black tights. Like, so they're like pantyhose, but thicker pantyhose. Not like true leggings. They're actually like tights, right? But I only buy the ones without feet. I hate the feeling of pantyhose. I don't even like that word. Tights on my feet. Ugh. So I buy the ones that don't go on your feet. They just stop at your ankle. And then I wear my little, you know, hand knit socks. And then my boot is here and it's just become, it's my fall and winter style, whatever. I have a really cute purple dress. These will be so cute with. Anyway, so that's that. And then my other subscription is the Yarn Bliss box. I just started getting this one last month. This month, or the October, was called Pumpkin Patch. And I do have it caked up, but I have not cast them on. So that is definitely next because look how gorgeous. It's like, this is like the in your face kind of Halloween fall, right? And this is like the muted, like, oh, don't you just see all the, I know it's called Pumpkin Patch, but don't you just see like all the trees? Like we have woods that surround our house. And this to me looks like our woods right now. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. It's just like a muted, fall. I'm so excited to cast these on. So even though by the time I actually get them cast on and worked up, it's probably going to be into November. It is November. Obviously it'll be into November. It's going to be like well into November, possibly even December. I don't care. I'm knitting these up because they are stunning. So that's next in the lineup. And then I've already received my November Yarnable. I did not bring it down here, but it is gorgeous. Like I opened it and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. And again, it's just quintessential fall. And then I believe on Monday, so right now it is Thursday. I believe on Monday is when my, what's the other one called? Something Bliss. Is when my other subscription is supposed to be here, my November. The Yarn Bliss box, that's what it's called, the other one. So that's supposed to be here Monday. I guess she had some health issues, so prayers for her. And it's just, she sent out an email like, hey, I'm so sorry if it's not going to be to everybody by the 10th. Had a major health issue, and we're a 2-man show. And I'm like, first of all, you don't owe any of us an apology, but sweet that you care when your stuff arrives, right? Anyway, so when I got the notification that mine should be here on Monday, I got really excited. One, because I want my stuff, right? Because it's exciting. That's why I'm subscribed. And two, because I thought, well, hopefully that means she's feeling better. So everyone's prayers are working. So I'm just going to bank on that, but continue to pray for her. So yeah, that's coming. And then I've been thinking over December. Okay, we're done with all the knits. I'm just going to talk to you for a second about some future plans. First of all, I've got like 10 sweaters quantities that are already like assigned sweaters. I'll show you a couple of them. I'm just doing this. This is like my sign, hey, to editing Nick. Throw in some pictures here. The way that I work is I get these sweaters quantities, usually with a pattern already in mind. And then I go ahead and make these cute little, which I just showed you. And then sometimes it changes and I'm like, oh, I already have this yarn. I think it would work because I'll come across a new pattern that I like, or usually an old pattern, but like new to me. And I'll be like, oh, this yarn would work for that. I'm going to switch it because this looks more fun. And so I just keep doing that until I finally use the yarn in whatever project I've finally decided on. This happens sometimes like 3 or 4 times, and I'm okay with it. Because in the end, I'm going to end up with all the sweaters that I'm meant to end up with, right? That's how I believe it will happen. So I have all these, and I just picked 10 out of thin air. Like, I don't know how many I have. I have a lot of sweaters quantities. And every one of them is assigned to a potential future knit. But like I said, that changes sometimes. So I've been thinking through my wardrobe, and now that it's finally been in like cooler weather to where I can wear some of my knits, just about every day I've been wearing them. The socks, obviously, every day. But as far as like actual sweaters, I have been wearing them almost every day. Today I didn't because it got up to almost 70 randomly. Anyway, I know I'm rambling, but I have so many of them that I'm like, oh man, I haven't made that yet, but that would be so perfect for this outfit. So I'm trying to debate through and decide which sweater is next. Because I want to keep one sweater on the go. I know any of you who really pay attention, there is one more that's a whip that I have been completely ignoring. And I think I'm going to keep ignoring it for a minute. One, because the Browns is my Cleveland Browns sweater. I called it Cleveland News. They've just been making me really angry. And so I just don't want to work on it. And I know I cannot base it on that because, hello, they're the Cleveland Browns. If I base it on that, this sweater's never getting done. This sweater will get done when they go to the Super Bowl, right? Which is never. If you don't follow football, then you're like, what is she talking about? But I think even if you don't follow football, you probably at least know that the Browns tend to suck. It sucks, but they're our team. So I've set it aside. Maybe once football season's over, maybe like February, I can pick it up again when I'm done being mad about the season. Maybe I'll get it done for next football season. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that one's completely just hibernating right now. It is in timeout because the Browns keep making me mad. So that's where we're at with that. So we're not talking about it anymore, okay? We'll talk about it when it's time to talk about it. So after this Pearl Soho Skyline is done, which will be, in a couple days, I'm going to decide which sweater is next. Stay tuned. The other thing I've been thinking a lot about is Advents. And I'm sorry. First of all, let me tell you, the people who dye these knitting Advent yarn, I don't know what you call it. They're amazing. And they deserve every penny that they get for them, okay? I'm just not in a place in my life where I can drop $270, is what a lot of them are, on such a small amount of yarn, right? Not that it's not worth it. Again, these people that do these Advents, I am so grateful that there are so many podcasters who get them and open them for us so that I get to live through the joy of these amazing Advents because they are phenomenal. And like I said, they deserve every penny that they get for it, probably more. I'm just not in a place where I can do that. But I love participating in Advent season. I love cozy season. So that's twofold on future plans. One, I found a way, and this is my 3rd year doing an Advent, a yarn Advent, and I always find a way. This year I thought outside the box a little bit more, and I bought some mini skeins that were on sale that I'm very excited about. And I just kind of casually glanced at them. I didn't examine them. And then what I'm going to do, I already told my husband that I'm just going to give him, I have all my bags. I have these cute little bags that they go in. I'm going to hand all of it to him, and I'm going to say, please put these in here so that I still have the element of surprise opening them every day, because I don't know which color you're going to put in each number, right? And I have a general idea of what they all are, but I feel like that's true even with the Advents that you order. Like, you usually have a general idea of what the feeling is, what the theme is. So I don't feel like I'm that far off base. But yes, so I got mine from Knit Picks, and then I'm going to have my husband like assemble my little Advent calendar for me. And I feel really good about it. I've already picked a pattern. So here is what I'm going to make in December with my Advents. And the other thing that I'm considering is doing a Vlogmas. I'm really nervous even just putting that into the world, but I think it would be really fun. I love the cozy season so much, and like having my tree up and having my cozy drinks. Oh my gosh, in the winter, like true winter, one of my favorite things to do is to brew a cup of tea. Sometimes I have 2, and just sit and knit and be under my blanket. You know what I mean? And just enjoy being cozy and having the tree up with the lights and like everything else is dim, maybe having some candles going. Like, it's what we all love the most about winter, right? Especially knitters. Like, we just love to be cozy. That's why we make all these cozy garments and blankets and such. So I think I want to do Vlogmas because I think it would be really fun, and I think it would be a fun way to like romanticize the season. And I just think one of my absolute favorite YouTube channels is Mikkel Jansen. I think it's just her name. It might be Mikkel something. I don't know. I'll stick it up here. She just does vlogs. It's her entire job. Like, she's phenomenal. But she is so good. And I think the reason that I always tune in to every video she posts is because she has this way of like romanticizing life. And I don't mean it like it kind of sounds delusional, right? It's not that at all. It's taking the time to truly appreciate the little moments in your life. So having your coffee in the morning, it's not just, oh, I got up and I made a pot of coffee. It's, oof, I thoroughly enjoyed making this pot of coffee. And then I'm going to sit and just actually take the time to enjoy the heat of it and take the time to enjoy just having this quiet moment to just appreciate how much I really love this coffee. You know what I mean? Like, it's a way of like shifting your mindset into just having an appreciation for the day-to-day things. And I just feel like she is so good at that. And the fact that she takes us along, and it's just really fun. And I feel that way during everyone's Vlogmases too. And so I just think that this might be the year that I'm going to participate in it. And I already do it. I already so just bask in the cozy season. So why not take you guys along? Even if there's 3 of you that come with me, why not? Right? I would love to have 3 of you join me through Vlogmas. It would be a blast. So all that to say, I think I'm going to do Vlogmas this year. I already have an Advent on the way that my husband's going to help me put together. And I'm ready. I'm ready to just dive in. Sorry, you can see my gum. I'm ready to dive in and get ready for cozy season and finish up these gift knits. And same with that. Oh my gosh, you guys, with these, like when I knit things for people, I romanticize it. And I hope that they are doing that too when they receive it. Like, it's not just, oh, I ran to TJ Maxx. There's nothing wrong with this, by the way. Love me some TJ Maxx. Love it if someone buys me something from there, right? It's the thought behind. And you can romanticize that too. Like, I bought you this because I thought of you. And then you immediately know like why they thought of you for that thing, right? You can romanticize everything in the best way. But every time I knit something for someone, I think about them the entire time I knit it. And I don't care if it takes me, I don't know, how long do some of these take? 10 hours, 20 hours, 40 hours. For such a big chunk of the time that I'm making it, I am thinking of that person because I almost always know exactly who I'm making it for. Sometimes I've made things where I'm like, this is going to be a gift knit. I'm not entirely sure who. But even then, I'm thinking about all the people that are knit worthy, right? So even if I didn't think of you directly, I probably thought of you as part of the whole. So yeah, just like taking the time to voice these things and taking the time to actually like reflect on them, I think is huge. And so that's why I'm so excited about Vlogmas. And that's why I hope that you'll join me through it. So I think I've rambled enough. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. My numbers are very slowly growing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you made it to the end of this video, I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I appreciate your time and your energy that you've given me. And I'm sorry that it took me a minute to get here, but hopefully it won't take me as long to come back. And I hope that you will find a way to romanticize some part of your daily routine and then do that every day. Like, just really appreciate it. Really bask in it. Really just soak it in. And I would love if you shared with me in the comments what part of your day that is. So thank you so much again for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up. And until next time, take care.